Hi, welcome to the Nothing Podcast, the whisperers of all tech G's in Africa. So we are back on another episode to talk about building a career in tech and so on and so forth. But yeah, before we dive into that conversation, we have an amazing co-host, a new co-host joining us.
Amazing.
A new co-host joining us for this session. But yes, the usual suspects. Timothy. Forget the rapper about me. Then meet Jimin. He said he's jack of all trade and master of all of them.
I no master again.
What happened?
I no master. I dey go through a lot.
Sakba.
Yes, I'm going through a lot.
I understand.
But bring deals, Sha. If you have deals, if you have anything, I can do it.
Stay active.
Active like Shivita.
I don't get that one from him.
So bring deals, I did, but yeah, I will still do them. So
Okay.
Hi guys. Nice to see you guys again.
Then to our new co-host, at least they have been seeing faces of men. This one black man today, another black man tomorrow.
Let's do
One fair guy.
gender equality.
Exactly. Let's balance it up. Making sure that there's diversity, there's equality, and everything. Equity. The way they usually push it in the ecosystem. That we have to have that gender balance in everything. But leave that conversation. He's afraid that what's there.
Did I say anything? I'm not afraid.
Then,
But I did not say anything.
Okay, continue. Yes, we have the super Bami joining us as a co-host for this episode.
Yeah.
Hi, Bami.
Hello. Hi. So my name is Oluwabami Kemi. In full. And then you can call me Bami. I
You're what?
am I jack of all trade? No.
Well, I do.
But I do a lot of hosting. I mean, you could have been seeing my faces.
Oh,
God, wait.
net.
What?
Did I say anybody that you could have? You know what's the only way you see my face? You could have seen
You
that.
would have been seeing my faces. Left, right, center, outside
Damn.
Africa. I mean, outside
Inside,
Nigeria. Inside Nigeria.
Go
in this
global, girl.
ecosystem, I'm your global, international host. Yeah.
Oh,
With proven track record.
With proven track record. Yes, you
Go
have
and
to
verify.
have
be
that.
cho walk
No,
is
walk
day.
is
walk is
day.
Walk is
day.
day.
Girl,
Evidence
please.
choke.
Should be
Yeah.
in your mind.
So yes, and that I'm a community builder. So let's just leave it at that.
Community builder. This even tie into our conversation one way or the other. We've even turned into guests in between.
Feel the switch.
Feel the switch.
You go here, you
guys
come
go.
back.
We
You go
did,
here,
we
you come
did,
back.
we did, we
Yeah.
ready. Gallant.
Then yes, you'll be wondering who are we having for
Where are we?
this session. What's the best fit for this session?
Ah.
Building a career in tech. Again, you might be 4 years in the tech industry and you have not even built your career. Sha.
I
You
swear.
have like 4
Career
years.
day.
Your career never
One
starts.
of my guys don't catch sub like this. 4
4
years.
years, career never starts.
Career never starts.
It'll be like that. Even me, I do like 3 years first when my career starts.
Seriously.
Oh,
Yes, now. No.
Some of us were just lucky. I think I did 2 years before my
No, you
career
do
started.
also.
No two we born.
Also low.
We also low. I think my guy I know and I see him when they also.
He
see me when they
shared
also.
one of your story for Twitter space.
No, you don't.
I don't go through a lot.
You will see one image that we fly when this episode come out. One particular image that I've turned to meme on.
We don't see you. We don't see you.
Exactly. So that period, now the career starts.
Yeah.
And before that time, so like 2 years don't go. 3 years don't first go before.
Imagine saying
tell you
your
the 2 years
career
you do.
kick off when it's supposed to kick off.
No one for day.
Prosper day for that picture.
What's when I did my
Yes,
front now? Now I'm just
Imagine you and
think like-
Prosper go
No,
just
but
stay
like
on
this
the
is
same.
2018.
And
Can you
and-
imagine
and-
your
and-
career
now.
still like this? Your career never
Then I could start. I could start.
I do. You focus like this.
So no problem.
Oh,
At least by the end of
for
this
another
episode,
day, sure.
right? By the end of
Yeah.
this episode, I might even start my career personally.
Yeah. If you start again.
This start. The next 2 years, I might end up like Bami at international, global,
You know.
renowned host
With evidence. Oh.
with evidence. No, some
Evidence.
people be like say they be designer, they be engineer, but you can't really pinpoint where they are. But yes, back
Okay.
to our
He
guest.
shared a true sub.
Yeah,
Once in a while,
some-
have to go. Things
Oh,
happen.
everybody go collect up.
Okay.
Well,
Let him continue.
Good,
Let him
good.
continue.
We're having a community manager.
One.
She has been building community for a very long time.
Proven
She
records.
proven record though. You can't record choke. You know I usually use this word tech influencer. She's not a tech influencer.
She get working.
No, she's a tech. She okay. Her followers make it look like she's a tech influencer, right? But she get it working to prove that she's doing what she's doing. She's a community manager. She is an advocate for people who
Same
want to get started in tech. I won't look at you. Who want to get started in tech. She has been around the industry. When I'm using the word industry,
You
not.
forgot to add senior.
Senior.
Oh, sorry. Wait. My bad.
okay.
I take full responsibility.
I was even waiting for that part.
I take full responsibility of this whole thing. My bad. I'm sorry. I will go again.
Jesus.
We are having an incredible senior community manager
Builder.
who has been building community for a very long time. She's an advocate for people who want to get started in tech. She's even working at a company whereby, they help people and, who want like
Start
start a
their
career
tech
and even maintain that career with ease. She's not a Nigerian, but a Nigerian.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
so we don't.
She's
we
more
don't remember
Nigerian
that.
than you are. You guys are Nigerian. She's more Nigerian than you.
Why will you
Put
say
it to your
that?
mind. Yes.
You know if my grandma is watching this.
You speak Yoruba, give her an admission. Say, but yeah, she's more Nigerian than you might be.
Yes,
but
I believe so.
She has been around the ecosystem, the African ecosystem in general, not just in a particular region, in a particular
Also
country.
international.
She's an international, renowned senior community manager. Sorry,
Speaker as well.
global
as well.
speaker too
Yes,
again.
global speaker.
Give it up for
Come
Tabitha. I
on.
usually call her Tabi.
Tabitha.
Hi,
Tabitha, what's the
Hi.
correct pronunciation of
Yeah,
your name?
exactly.
Of my name.
Yeah.
Yes.
My full name.
Yeah,
The correct
just
pronunciation.
like your name. Just
Tabitha Kavyu.
Tabitha Kavyu.
But I feel like, let me not say all Nigerians, but I feel like some of you can't pronounce my name.
The
Starting with
Kavyu,
you.
right?
No.
Is it the Tabitha?
now why
You
they only
say
the tabi.
Saying
That's why I always
Tabitha. So don't
Don't
worry.
Short form.
There are people that are like you, right?
Wow.
Like they say,
You have
Well, hold on,
community.
use our body,
You have community of your time.
Use our body.
they say
You're not alone.
Tabitha.
All right.
Yeah.
Can you just try saying my name?
Tabitha.
No,
You
it's,
see?
it's not Tabitha. It's Tabitha.
Tabitha. Wait, Tabitha.
Like the last T
It's
T-H-A.
Oh,
Hey. So there is.
Tabitha.
Yeah.
Oh. That was demure. That was demure. That was demure. Leave it like
Can
that.
you imagine the Tabitha in the Bible? Would you be calling her Tabitha?
It's the warrior accent.
Wait, wait.
Don't blame
blame her.
me, please.
It's because I'm in the middle of this whole thing. It's because I'm in the middle.
I'm just saying. It's supposed to be a joke, by the way.
Tab. No, see, to the end of this whole episode, it's Tabby.
Yes.
Tabby.
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 Some people call me Tabs too.
Tabs.
Like keeping the tabs. Keeping up
He's
the
not
tabs.
he's not nice.
But Tabby is
Tabby's
fine.
Tabby's nice.
Just be comfortable with what you're used to.
She only lecture you about
She's just
name
trying to package you.
pronunciation.
In essence, bros,
Alright.
it means as you know, Sabi pronounce her, so just call her
No,
Tabi.
Timothy, it's fine. I actually like Tabby.
Hi,
Moving on.
everyone. Moving on. Perfect. Moving on. Ha! Wow, Tabby. No problem. Moving on.
Okay.
So our conversation today is around building a career in tech. So obstacles that you will face and how to overcome them.
Okay.
Challenges. Putting your best foot forward. What was the right thing for you to do, and even the right time for you to do it? Courses you should take. If networking is even important in when building a career, or you could just be at home and move your way, bump your way to the top.
Solo developer.
Because I've seen people who have
Self-made.
Yes, so self-made, self-taught. No, it just started with self-taught. Nigerian devs. God,
No, but self-taught is a
Yeah,
general
self
thing
is
now.
a thing actually.
self-taught how? You learn.
You learn yourself.
You learn yourself. That's self-taught.
With YouTube.
For the most
Not
part,
better to teach for the
for the
YouTube.
most part, it's
it-
basically just somebody teaching you, and then you also trying to figure a lot of things out on your own.
Yeah.
You know,
But it's
you
not-
don't
it's not
understand
self-taught.
self-taught.
Yeah,
for you.
you see self-taught. Someone sitting, you see self-taught. But no,
I did self-taught, but if you should tell me to go back and try it, I swear, now it's a waste of time actually.
you know what you make a quick blow.
Now so you're gonna waste 2-3 years of your life trying to figure things out on your own when there are people that they figured it out, they know
they can
it,
help you, hold
they
you
can
by
help
the
you
hand.
and boost you up. You just let they lose guard, say I can do it.
Nigerian.
Could that
So
be
you
the
think that's
reason
easier?
your career has not?
So you think that's easier? It's better to have like a structured.
Yeah, it's better to have like a structure or to have somebody to
Yes.
guide you through the whole
Okay.
process. Until,
See, Bambi, I won't allow you to make this conversation
No.
about me today.
No,
What's going on?
I said,
Did you hear what I said? He
could
said
that be
he-
the reason
I've not
his
made it.
career
I've not
is
started.
still?
Oh,
I have
it's a
something to
question.
say.
Okay, yeah.
It's bugging me. You say something about putting your best foot
Foot
forward.
forward, yeah.
Can you put your best foot forward?
Shall I tell you so that
Okay.
you go collect some today? Back to back. You start your own night.
Timothy, you're overthinking it.
No, Martin, just put it just forward.
I just meant.
Is this a hot seat? I don't
See, I
understand.
just meant put your best foot
I
forward.
put my best foot forward. Oh wow!
You're
nice.
overthinking
Come like say that you
it.
be guest too.
See, I won't
Okay.
take this. So,
So just
Tabitha,
a
let
joke.
me ask you, Tabitha. I want to ask. I have a question in my mind. Let me ask my question before you
Okay.
guys come back and start taking me as the newbie.
I'm sorry.
But I'm a newbie. I'm the newbie. So
Me, I
if,
want to start my
if you have
career,
any
so-
job out there for me, please, bring it on. So yeah,
That's why you had to put your best foot forward. Let's continue.
okay.
Moving
See,
on.
It's forward.
You see?
It's my right. It's forward.
You're on the right. You're making
Yeah,
progress.
you're on
I'm
the
making-
on track.
You're making progress.
That's good now.
Okay,
It's a
since
good one.
we're in this topic of putting your best foot forward, so let me ask this question: What's the best way for me and other newbies out there to put their best foot forward? Yeah, what's the best? So I want to learn.
Okay.
First off, can we explain what putting your best foot forward means? Because
I think he should tell us because
for
he's
some
the one
of
like
us, because
you
I
don't
don't
have
put
said.
foot. What do you mean by put your? See my? Should I put my leg forward?
Okay. Oxford Dictionary define putting your best foot forward as a process
Professor
where-
Timothy.
whereby you are trying to make the right step, right, regarding a particular given situation. So what's the best option in a series of options
So-
for you to achieve a particular goal?
In
My
layman,
brain dey function.
terms, just making the right decision.
Yes, at the right time.
At the
Because
right
sometimes you
time.
can make the right decision at the wrong
wrong
time.
time.
Like you can choose to work for a startup where you no go anywhere. Where
Or
they
the
pay
one where
right
go
amount.
they pay you, when do go hold you like 3
Go like
to
3
6
months. You say you dey learn, you have to build experience. At the end,
Okay.
you don't take loan of like 1 million naira while you dey build experience. 6 months later, you know if you pay the 1 million
With
naira.
experience, you collect loan.
All those ones where they look for MacBook to kickstart their career.
Exactly.
I have something to say.
No,
I
because,
have something to
before
say.
you drive into details, so Tabina,
You don't understand.
you don't understand, right? So for you, right, what's the best way for anybody to kickstart their career? Let's say I want to be a software engineer. No, not for software engineer. I don't even know where I will go in my life.
I just want to get into
I want to
tech.
get into tech. What do you think is the best way for me to do that?
Okay. I think the first step, right? Because sometimes people get it wrong from the beginning, right? It's actually really understanding your why. First of all, why do I even want to get into tech? Do you get?
Papa.
Right? And then when you know why you want to get into tech, it's very important you do your research. Right?
Okay.
Because there's so many things going on. There are so many conversations. People can tell you do this, do that, do this, do that. Imagine you doing something because Jeremy said do it, and then along the way
Go feel it.
you're tired.
Timothy comes up with his own.
You get, and you're like, let me go back to
Yeah.
farming, right? So it's very important that from the beginning you actually do your research. What exactly am I interested in? You know. So like Timothy, now in your case, you're a newbie. You want to start. What are your interests, right? So figure out. No, like what are your interests? Like what are
Aside
what
from money,
yes,
what do you like?
Yes, like
It's still money.
something that you.
More money.
More money.
I think in your case, money is the outcome. Do you understand?
Oh, okay. The difference between an interest and
Yes.
the outcome. Okay.
Yes. So like, what exactly are you interested in learning, or what are you interested in doing?
In doing.
Do you understand?
What do you want to do with your
Do you get-
life?
Like, for example, there are people that maybe they're visual people. They like to, I don't know if it's drawing or they just like creating nice stuff. You know, someone like that. And if they want to get into tech, it's easy to tell the person. Or if they research, they'll see. Okay, maybe you can try do UI UX. Do you understand? Say I'm in the banking field, right? I want to get into tech. Maybe when you look at it, when you do your research, the first thing you tell this person is, oh, you can do data analysis. You know, you're working with data. This is how you can, data analysis.
Yeah,
Do you
yeah,
get?
yeah.
So, like, what are your interests? Where are your interests at?
Yeah.
There are people that want to work in fintech. Do you understand? Like, oh, I want to get into tech. Specifically, I want to work for maybe.
Flutterwave,
Do you
Paystack, and the rest,
understand?
yeah.
So, what do I need? Or what are some of the talent that these companies actually look out for? And then now you start working towards it, right? So you like. Jeremy said, so you can either start by being self-taught or just finding a structured learning, where you can actually get those skills, right? So I think people miss out on that first step. It's especially for beginners. It's easy to just get caught in the wave. Everybody's saying do this, do that, and then you don't. Or I want to do community management because Bami is doing community management. You understand, and it's working out for her, but. Maybe her interest is in people management. That is why it's easy for her to go to community management. And maybe you are interested in something else. Maybe you're a graphic designer. You can be a graphic designer for a tech company.
Yeah.
Do you understand? So it's just identifying what your interests are and then now looking at, in that particular industry, where does tech come in? Do you understand? And what are those skills that I need to learn to actually get this opportunity?
Awesome.
Okay.
So I'm looking at it from one again, understanding the industry you want to work in, right? That's one. Then what is even your interest? What are you interested in? Where's even your background, even before tech, right? That could even play a major role in trying to pick a career.
I like what you said, what your background is, because sometimes you don't need to necessarily switch completely to tech. You can find in your own field what are the ways that you can use tech there.
Yeah,
Do you get?
to enable that particular
Yes.
role. Yeah, makes sense. So before I allow you guys to ask any question you have in your mind, right? I just remember one thing that comes to my mind. That we're talking about building a career in tech. What are the best possible roles? I want everyone to share their journey, how they started their career in tech, right? So maybe our listeners out there could learn from the mistakes you made, and I were able to overcome the mistake. Like, I mean, that the mistake I've made, I've not overcome the mistake. I'm saying this is
What mistake did you make?
What's it? I mean, I wanted to ask you this question. I'm not giving me the question back again. Okay, let me start. I will start. I'm not afraid. If you are watching this right now, please get water, get tissue, because you might cry with me. So the mistake I made, right? I started trying to build a startup or trying to build a company. One, I started trying to not even know that I wasn't motivated by money. This my money it came from after I've seen Shege, I've suffered, Takpa, I've dealt with me. I said, what's possible? Why would I be doing this thing? So I started it from trying to build a company and start up, trying to help people and just support people. It just feel like at the start career, I want to support you as you start your career. Literally, that's it. So that was like 27.
Blind man, the lead blind man.
He's the most of our time.
You see, so that was like 2017. I started. So it was basically it was even on Facebook. It was on Facebook. I was like, scrolling through Facebook one day, and I came across something. Got this picture when he was at Google's office. One time like that. I was like, this guy, Google office, me. What time I like to do? At the plaza, I was doing something stupid with my life. I said, if this guy can be here, I can be here. I motivated myself. So I went online and just saw various communities, GDG and some other local communities there. So I joined it. That's when I even met this human being. I met this one on Facebook. I was searching for people doing tech. See, they do tech. Searching for people doing tech. People doing tech, right? Around my city. So that I met him and a few other persons. So I joined the community. The day I attended the first event in the community, I think it was the GDG event. That's the first time I met you too. GDG event. I attended the event then. I did MC at that same event that day. I was helping make sure that the event is good. People like, come to ask the event. Asking me that came for this event. So what can I do? What's the next step? I say me. Next step for you. So I spent like 2 years of my career
Helping
others start a career. Until it got to a point whereby most of the people I help they start career, they don't start career, they don't make them, they don't go. They don't see speed.
I guys see the help.
I see the help with
Destiny helper.
Destiny helper. I see the help with zero.
Help me now.
I know the help again.
Help me.
So that was basically it. I started helping people, and it took me like 3 years. But that picture that would go around. That picture you see that would go around. That was the day I met Prosper physically. So I asked him a particular question. At that point, I was writing. I tell myself, okay, I don't try. What I not do? I do HTML, CSS that time to follow the Jamie. The all of us and be developer together. I learned HTML, CSS. They learn one time JavaScript, they wait to that period. I don't understand what I do since. Most times I just copy the code, they paste out. But yeah, so I left it. I said, that moment, I think Google launched. I think the particular technology I came in. It was not Flutter. It was the particular technology. Kotlin, I once it came in that period. Oh yeah, I learned too. Oh yeah, Dumper. That was when I wasn't following Cheesy on Facebook. Me and Cheesy was on Facebook. Under development. I ran, leave him. That period was okay now. Like what you said, right? Your background, where you're coming from, what are various keys you have before, right? So I know I was good at writing. I was writing these stories, these romantic stories, secondary school stories, those love stories. So they give up my girls those periods. They bust their head. But yes, I was doing that then, right? So then I met people. I was like, what's up? Oh, I'm a writer. Oh, I'm looking to. At that time, I think I was really doing technical writing that time. So I was like, I would love to be a technical writer. I said, nah, you have to be technical for you to be a technical writer. Why don't you try, writing an article regarding maybe your experience, other people's experience, right? And just like, put out and start just putting those articles, add the relating to tech. So I'm fine. That was when you see that picture when I was focused, people are saying, I'm like, call the event Cotif laptop. that was me being focused on understanding. So from that moment, that was when I think that's when I wrote an article like, should you drop out from school, balancing your tech career? That was article was like, GitHub was shared by GitHub, Ingressive and various other. That was my first, living poverty. But I didn't let the poverty. I just like, saw the light a bit from poverty. So that's been from that point. I think I worked as a content writer for Innovation Hub. And after that, I was still in school then. So, and after that, I did that same company, startup-ish thing again. We raised a little bit of money, things up. I left that. Then I started working. Then a company just like reached out. A founder. Which like, what's up? I love what you're doing. I love the way you write stuff. We would love to do. So like a part of our content marketing team, right? They were paying nice amount of money then, right? So I've not written any article once. What even content marketing for crying out loud? It's okay. Bring the work. Like Jamie said,
We'll figure it out.
active. I brought the work. Very, very stupid me. So at that time, I was still trying to build on that company again. In that same period, I beat company
builder.
So I left and I bet this role, this work we impart my company I'm building. That's why I said make the right decision at the right time, or else you go collect like me. So I left that role. The first article they gave me to write, I didn't even do anything. That's why the guy like, you're not even serious. Then the moment that company again flop again, that was around December that year. Because a new year again, new age. You say if you no go get sense. I made a New Year resolution that I want to be focused.
No more
that
company
year.
building.
No more community building. Everybody that have any idea should take the idea very, very far from me. So I went back to that same guy, reached out to him on WhatsApp and say, hey, what's up? I'm very, very sorry. This, that, did that. Can I just come back? Like, okay, you have to write a new article to prove that you are still good, right? So I wrote an article.
You went back to your...
I went back to my empire again. I said, I beg, my bad.
Help me.
Help me again. So I wrote like an 8 minutes read on a particular technology. So I wrote it. They go like, oh, that's nice. Then the guy didn't even reply me again. 2 months later, then goes, okay, welcome back. When I come back, I bombed that company for 1 year, 6 months. I worked for that company for 1 year, 6 months. Made what I can make until I decided to leave the company. And focus back to building.
But you see what we were talking about initially, like finding out what your interests are. I don't know why you started with money, but you see, you liked writing, you enjoyed writing, and that writing you now figured, in tech there's something called technical writing, and now you figured out a path for you that got you in, and maybe along the way maybe things changed. I don't know if you still write, but it helped you. It helped you.
Helped me that moment. I love that moment.
It helped you get in.
Yeah, exactly. It helped me put my best foot forward. Buy me your story. This should have been your story, Jamie's story, then Tabby's story. You guys started it with me.
Well, it's good for you to open the floor. For my story, fun fact. I don't even know if this is fun, but I studied computer science.
So you're from that line.
I am from that line, but not from the line. Okay, so if you understand, if you all, we are all Nigerians now.
Come on for the line.
We go for the line. Okay, we all attend
the curriculum.
Nigeria.
Yeah, we understand the curriculum.
Computer science, they were taking us COBOL, Fortran.
Fortran, QBasic.
QBasic,
Yes,
Visual Basic.
You want to be calculator.
Write code on the board.
Right
My
on
darling.
your
What am I supposed to use that to do? So I think while I was in school, I mean, I still graduated with first class anyway.
This was the pride that comes with first class. Any small
And
thing
it's
they
small,
have.
they always chip it in.
I still get it on first class.
Well,
You always see it on their CV.
Yes, in first class. They write
The
BA
rest
in
of us,
C.
they put say we just
We
graduated.
just graduated.
But they don't know. So add
First
that
class.
first
Open
class.
bracket. First class. Close the bracket.
okay, I think the one for me was that I did not have a lot of exposure while I was in school. So I was not even in the tech communities and stuff. And my idea was that when I finish, I'm going to be a banker.
Eh? Wait first.
A banker.
Computer science. Okay, what do you work for? ICT department
Yeah,
for them.
no, you don't have
Welcome
to
to
like.
Nigeria.
Computer science
Understand,
can
Sha.
literally work anywhere.
My guy
At
usually
least,
engineer, work for bank now, Stella.
At least I know pick POS.
Let me continue. Keep sharing your story.
Let's move on.
Okay.
Moving on.
Moving on.
Okay, moving on. So I just love the way bankers dress.
Inspiration every Sunday.
Even right now,
every
sef,
Sunday.
right
I was
now.
thinking. Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Giving.
The rest of us are wearing t-shirts.
Okay, I see.
I love the way they dress. I'm always like, oh, I'm going to be a banker when I'm done. And then I need good grade to be a banker. So I cram all those code as much as I can. So I can pass. So but I think afterwards I got to meet some of my secondary school mates after school. And then he studied computer science, but he studied it in OAU where there is more exposure.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh, there's this event happening in Lagos, Oscar Fest 2020. That Cha would like to attend.
2020 you start.
My darling, I started 2020.
Me university. Let me learn.
So I attended the Oscar Fest, and there I was hearing stories of Didi, Samson, Ada, Shady, all of them like that. And they were, at that time, it was 5 years ago, so they were still like younger. And at that time, I was already like 26, and I'm asking myself, what the heck have you been doing with your life?
What are you doing with your life?
What have you been doing? You should be sabi dinner.
Yeah.
Are you sure you want to be a banker? And for real, if you go check the amount they were calling that they were earning and what bank is paying, you have
call the
a
press
switch.
calculator.
It's not giving. The one you dey times with a particular figure. The one that you're banking are just traits. Now you have to times with a particular rate.
I was just like, so I think at that event, I had two feelings coming out. I was motivated and I was intimidated.
You're depressed.
I was like, what?
Wow.
These people are doing these amazing things in this industry. And then I reached out to Didi, I reached out to Ada, I reached out to Samson. Right there.
Steady bombing.
And that's what I'm taking with me. Even till now with my career is networking.
Yeah.
So I reached out to them. I spoke to the three of them there, and I think Samson referred me to Ada. That I should go and meet Ada. She runs She Good Africa, and they have this mentorship cohort. Then I went to meet Ada. Ada said, "Oh, when they are doing the next one, I should let them." This was February, and then all of us going back home, COVID hit, and then
yeah.
I were in Lagos then. No?
Yeah, we were in
When
Lagos
Lagos?
when COVID hit.
Doing-
We came for an hackathon.
Continue.
all right. So I was in Ibadan, and then there was COVID, and I just like I applied to She Good Africa when it was out. So I was keeping tabs.
Back to back, keeping tabs.
I got you.
I was keeping tabs. I applied when I did the assessments and then I did the short interview that they had, and voila, they picked me. And we had this 3-month program. That's where I met Ruth too during the program. We started together. And I did the program, and it was interesting because they made us super accountable that when you are learning, you are writing. So we learned technical writing too while learning. So I learned Python. But then again, I realized that this coding thing is like pay is not for me. Because
You enter, you go believe in a lie. You must
Because-
scam. All these people do since.
I tried. I know afterwards you continue doing, and you'll not be hearing a lot of people that you learn together that they started getting jobs after the 6 months, Kiniko, they have internship, they have this. I mean, I'm still struggling there. And then by 2021, I think I just left the youth university. I said I'm not doing it again. I left it alone for like 6 months. Then I went for service. I went to Anambra. I think right there, towards the end of service, I sat myself down and I was like, so as I'm going home now,
Poverty
next?
sat
what do
me
I want
down.
to do? Because 33K is almost over. So what do I want to do? So I started 15 days of code right there in Oka.
Okay, wait. You came down from Oka for Oscar.
No. I was in Ibadan at that time. But I went back for service
Oh, okay.
in Oka and I stayed in Anambra. So I started 50 days of code. I was doing self-taught. As it is called. So I was doing it, and afterwards I started contributing to open source. I think that's the part I left out. Since 2020 I've started contributing to layer 5.
Bah.
Like, I think that's another thing that also helped my career, like contributing to open source immediately. I started the career, so I started contributing to layer 5. I was doing more of community work because I was doing welcome to the community, doing onboarding, sending some money messages and stuff like that. And yeah, they just said that, they noticed what I've been doing in the community, that do I want to join the community management team? I said, yes, so 2021. So I joined
So that's layer
as a
5,
volunteer.
or-
Yeah.
Okay.
As a volunteer. I did that, and towards the end of that same 2021, Shikoda Africa to put out a post that they need a front-end lead. I also applied. And I did that as giving back to the community that trained me.
Yeah.
And then they accepted. I joined the team. So all those things helped me. Volunteering. Now I've mentioned 2 major things that have helped me, or 3. Networking, open source, and volunteering. So I volunteered, and in 2022, when I got my first role at Tunga, because that was my first big internship, big break.
Okay.
I've been doing other interviews before them, and I've been trying to whenever they ask for job experience, at least I'm volunteering, right? I usually put volunteering, and I had one particular interviewer that was telling me that they do not take volunteer as experience.
Wow. Damn.
I had to. I ranted that time. I put it on Twitter. I even tagged Ada and the likes. I think probably Prosper. I'm not even sure. I tagged some people. I was like, "Is volunteering? Or is this not the essence of us volunteering?"
Yeah, that's the whole idea of
But the sweet part is it not even take long, because that was in January. By March, when I was doing my interview with Tunga, I still used the same volunteering experience both in Layer 5 and also in Shikoda Africa. And then I got the role. And the rest they say that is true. As you can see me now, I'm an international.
Oh,
Agba, I'm an international. Yeah, so you.
far away in a remote island. I live in a small village with 2 houses.
What's that?
Okay, so I think mine started. There's one thing one of my guys used in one interview, and I would say that my own career was a supper-driven career. So I started out with. When did I start learning how to code? I think I actually started on around 2017. That was the first time I came across like code itself and programming and this whole tech thing. And
8
so-
years. You
and
don't
so-
be
and
exceptional talent.
So at first,
Global talent.
in 2018, I got to meet like Timothy. And so what happened was that I lived in a small town in Delta State then. Sapler. It's a very small, very remote distance. So, and the problem was that everybody there, most young people, they were doing fraud. So that was the problem. But I did not want to do that. That was not what I wanted for myself.
Choose
So
that decision
I was
without
looking
kind of
for
like
something
that.
like, okay, so how do I like, after school, how do I like do this? Take note that at that time, I've not gone to the university. I should know that because I'll use it. They use it on me. So I started learning how to code. I started with W3 school. So that was what I started with. At first, it was design I went for. So I tried to like make design. And then I realized that I'm a terrible designer. I don't know how to like draw things. So that's a problem. Yeah. But then I also still learned and I became better. So right now I can tell you if a design is good or if something is missing from any design.
Okay.
So I started as a designer, but then I also learned how to write code, HTML and CSS. And so when I got to the JavaScript part,
Okay.
and before even learning how to code, I should tell you how I got my first laptop. So when I realized that when I did the research,
when
I did the research and realized that programming is a thing and tech is a thing, that people are doing tech, I should do tech. I really did not know what to do. So I asked. I was very active on Facebook then. I made a lot of friends on Facebook, joined many groups. So that was where I got to know that, web development is something. But to do web development, you need a laptop. So the problem now was how to get a laptop. I could not afford one. I could not get it. So I was like, okay, so what should be the best way to do it? So I went to a laptop shop and just went to ask his bros, like, bro, so how much is a laptop that I can use to like do programming and all that? The guy was like giving me different range, and then he saw one, he picked one, and he said, this laptop is 65,000. If you're able to bring me 65,000, you carry this laptop. I was like, can I give you small? And I said yes, okay. That was it, and then I
shout
started.
out to that bros. I believe in you.
And then I started. I went out and started doing every kind of job just to save money. I guarantee I do capital work, I do concrete work, I do bricklayer work. I did different. I did business. I did business. So I was basically just trying to do everything to like, just to like have money. And so it took me 6 months to a year to actually save up for it. And then I got that laptop, 1 HP like that. So that was the first laptop I did. And then I realized that, and then I met one of my friends. And then again, my immediate elder brother, he was doing something around this. So I asked him for some tips and this thing. That guy just gave me one line. Say, go and do this, buy this, think about this course and all that. The guy just go. I was like, that's so? Okay, no problem. So I bought the course. I started learning small. And I learned HTML, I learned CSS. But when we got to that JavaScript part, again, BIM. That was around 2017. It became difficult. Because there was nobody in my vicinity that was doing what I was doing. I was just trying to learn it on my own. That was why I said self-taught is good, but it's very difficult and it's not advisable. You waste a lot of time. So because JavaScript was so difficult, I left it. I left it for another 1 year again because I'm on this thing. I was like, no worry, I'll just be doing HTML and CSS to build websites for people. So 2018, I attended my first, first community meetup. And so it was good. I got to meet other people in it. I think I had to travel like a 1 hour, take a 1 hour trip to get to like the place. So it was good. I met other people and got to know that there are other people actually doing this thing in the town. So it was fun. I got to realize that, and I also met some people from some cool companies doing some cool stuff. I was like, okay, that's fine. And then I joined their group, joined everything. I was bombing. Everyone is me. I do this. At that time, I was claiming that I'm a software engineer, but I don't know Jack. HTML and CSS. So that was like the problem. So, and then I then started to see that in this community, these guys, they actually know what they are doing. They are not just saying that they are doing this. They know what they are doing. So I was just watching them closely. So there was a point where one of them, the company guys, they announced that they had an internship for a designer, a UI UX designer. I was like, I can do it too. That was why I said, bring this. I didn't do anything. The guy was like, are you sure you can do? I was like, I can do it. I've built website with HTML and CSS. I've learned how to design small before I can do Figma. Just give me what you want to give me. Yeah, like, okay, so let's test you. They gave me one small design to do. I did that thing in 2 nights. So basically, during that time, the support during that time in me was that I did not have money for subscription. The only sub I was doing was MTN subscription midnight. from 12 to 4 o'clock. And then they bring our light from 2 o'clock to 4 o'clock at night.
That's in night.
So I have to stay up. Most nights I'm always staying up. So I have to stay up and do things like that and made it possible. So when they saw it, it wasn't that good, but they saw my my motivation to want to join them. I told them that I would do anything just to like work for them. And then they were like, okay, no problem, that they would like me to work for them. And also like I saw it as a place to learn and grow. And so I joined them, started in 2018. Guess how much was my salary?
70K.
70K.
20K.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, my salary was 5,000 naira per month. And the funny thing was that it was not in that city. I had to travel to the other city. I had to like, start staying with somebody, and then I had to transport.
Well, 5K.
So I was spending, calm down, I was spending 18 naira to the place as transportation and 17 naira back. So that's like 150. Usually it's 100 naira, but based on say I'm Sapa driven, I have to keep pricing with all these keke guys. So like that. And so on some days, I had to like decide if I will take lunch, if I will trek home. So, so you have to choose one. So, but then all of that did not like stop me. I was very interested in like joining, knowing what other people are doing. I just want to learn. That's the whole idea. So I think, although they did not pay me my salary for months and all that, but one of the things I learned from there was really working with them helped me to shape how I was thinking about programming. Helped me to, I think when I told the guy that I think JavaScript is too difficult for me, well, he laughed and said it's always difficult for people and for everyone. So he gave me courses, he put me through the whole thing, and I started picking up JavaScript gently to learn it back. And then I started improving on my design skills as well. So I worked with them at some point. Yeah, I worked with them for almost a year now. So it was then I realized that, I still need to learn more. There's more, I need to learn more. I need to improve on myself. So at the time, the company was having some kind of like ups and downs. So the CEO got a job offer and then folded up the company. So that was how the company ended. So I joined a boot camp. I joined a boot camp to learn. So from boot camp, after learning, at the boot camp, so I got to realize that I knew more than what tutors were teaching. So I became class prefect in that boot camp. But then I moved on from there, and then the mistake I did was from self-taught learning like that. My career was beginning to start up, but I can't go use my hand off gen. So what happened was that then from the little I've learned, I think I've learned enough. I then jump into the world of beauty. We go to build startup. Startup with no structure, no experience, no product experience, no solid background, nothing, no funding, nothing.
Just determination.
Determination is good, but with it alone, you won't get to a lot of places. So it took me like from 2018, 2019, 2020. It was in 2020 I realized that, guy, what are you doing with your life?
I think a lot of us ask ourselves that question.
You should be doing more. Look at other people online. Look up other people. They are doing well. They're doing well actually. During that time we were seeing Prosper and like the Samson, and so it was like a very good motivation for us. And I was like, in 2020, that was when I was like, okay, I've learned HTML, CSS, I've learned JavaScript, I've learned React, I've built so many side projects. I think it's time I put my best foot forward and then start looking for companies to work for. Then I started applying for jobs. I started applying for jobs in April and down to November. It was in November, a few companies reached out to me that, they would like us to like have some conversation and all that. So I was applying for both local and international, everything. I usually call it, when I apply for jobs, I call it bombing. Oh my bomb, you get where I know bomb. Every country, every place, I was dropping my CV that, see, I'm looking for work. I have a few years of experience, but I can do anything. I can do it, just give me, I will do it and I will shock you well.
Believe in me.
If you don't believe in me, give me a try. I will convince you. So during that time, I was doing some interviews, and then I think I got an offer from a Nigerian company, one company in Lagos. And then the offer was that the pay was good actually at that time. The pay was like 300,000 naira per month. That was the pay. And then we've agreed on everything. They said, bring your documents, bring your passport, bring blah, blah, blah. We're like, oh, let's proceed, let's go. Then they said, bring your NYSC certificate. I was like, I don't have any. And then the HRO went back to say, since you don't have an NYSC certificate, we have to go back and review your salary. I was like, my certificate doesn't affect the work I'm doing. I know what doing tech or writing code doesn't really involve me doing. I was like, no, they have to go back and review it. So they went back for my 300K per month salary. They went back and they slashed out 750,000 naira from my annual salary. I remember for that same job, if I have to move to Lagos, I have to get an accommodation, I have to feed, I have to do so many things. I was like, Omo, is this what I really want to do? And then another red flag I got from the company was that I think during that time, my brother as well as he moved to Lagos, so he has gotten experience, gotten to know a lot about the tech ecosystem and how things works. That he knows what is good and what is bad. So I asked him then, like, see what these people are saying. What do you think about it? The guy was like, if you're trying to work for a company, if the company is not straightforward with you at first, then there's a good chance that they won't be straightforward with you the whole time you'll be working with them. So aside from them slashing my salary like that, they were also not very responsive in terms of it was as if I was forcing them to employ me. So at some point I started asking the guy, they were like, oh, you'll start work with these guys and all that. The guy that I said I would start work with, I asked him, they should give me this and that. They were like, nobody was answering me. So I felt like, okay, maybe these people, they can just dish me. And I really want to. I've gotten to the point where I want to serious and start my career. I don't want to do it for a company that the company will be shaky. I want to focus. I want to be serious. So after so many back and forth, I just told the HR that HR no vex, so I can't take up this offer. So HR bombed me back. HR's question was that, what do you want to do with money? And that money is too plenty for me to use. What do I want to do with money? Nigerian company. Yes, so that money is too plenty for me. The thing pay me. I was like, no wahala, sha. Don't be. Now, during this time, I was still at my parents' house. Okay. And then, remember, Nigerian parents, you are pressing laptop from morning till night.
Oh, I did not share that story.
You are doing this. I was trying to do that one and also focus on what I was doing. But then I still kept on. I think one thing that I can't really explain to people on how I was able to push my career was there's this crazy determination. I think it's coming from the Sapa side that you have no backup plan. This is the only plan. This is the only plan, and this is the only thing that you have to do. It has to work one way or the other. Whatever it is, it has to work. No backup. Nobody's coming to save you. If you don't do it, it won't work. So I kept on bumping, and then it was on LinkedIn. One day I was just randomly, the way I was applying for jobs, with my phone, anywhere I'm going, I don't click apply. When I get home, my laptop, if you need a cover letter, I will write it. If you don't need it, that was when it was during that time LinkedIn created this Easy Apply. Easy Apply craft, man. A day I was just doing it, 100 application for Easy Apply.
Wow.
Every day, 100 application. So I was just applying like that, and then one of the jobs I applied for, the HR I applied for it like 10 minutes, and the HR just replied to me. I was like, hi, we like your CV. We'd like to proceed with this conversation. And I said, you reply me. So I went to check the company, like if they are real or if it's another fake company and all that. I realized that it's an international company. The company, they're based in Poland and all that. I was like, for me, for this strange thing I did, then somebody from Poland answered me. I was like, okay, no wahala. I was scared, but at the same time, I replied instantly. I was like, now let's do this. So they scheduled a call. On the day they scheduled call, I went to buy fuel. I told everybody, please don't disturb me. I went to lock door. I did so many things just to get the interview and all that. Environment, and then it worked. And then when we had the call, they were like, okay, good experience. My experience was good. But above all, they noticed that I have this determination to want to do more and to want to learn. So that's what they are looking for in somebody. And then they can give me a test to carry on to do it. they said that the test is usually 7 days. I was like, give me 4 days, bros. No verse. Give me 4 days and we deliver this. So they was like, calm down. So I went to do it. And during the test, I got this issue that, what I estimated was not working, and then the application was not working. Problem was arising. So after that 4 days, the HR reached out to me, was like, hi, have you been able to complete it? I was like, no, while I do, I can't complete it. There was one thing I noticed, that I was very truthful with them. If I can't do it, I'll tell you. If I can do it, I'll tell you. I told them that, see, I'm having this issue and this issue. I can't deliver at the time I said. They were like, no problem. So when can you deliver? Yeah? You give me a deadline. I tell you, say I can't deliver. You're asking me when? Don't worry, tomorrow I will deliver. So I spent another sleepless nights. Throughout the night, I did not sleep for 24 hours just to make sure that everything was working fine. So I submitted it and all that. And then they got back to me that, this is very nice. They like it. Let's have a technical call. Ooh, technical call, okay. Okay, so we had the technical call, and then we had the conversation and all that. And then they were like, this is very good. They would like to proceed with me and all that. I was like, okay, let's go now. So how much are we talking about salary? They said, okay, they called it in Polish, this thing. I did not understand at first. So they were like, I did not believe that. Not like I did not believe. So I just went back, and then HR sent offer. My press calculator for this offer. The offer was like $1,800 to $2,000.
From your 5K
from my 5K
to 2K.
So from my 300,000 naira, from my
naira.
5K was there, 5,000 naira.
It was at that point it dawned on me that, guy, do you know what you are doing? That tech can actually change your life, or you can actually get a good career from this. That period, I was so calm. I was praying every day, every night, because I could not believe it that this was actually something that could happen to me, or something that. So from then on, I started learning. I had to learn so many things. So how to be professional, how to be this, how to be that. But then it was from then on I started learning. There's something like a career in tech that you can do. You just don't write code for fun, because I was actually doing it sort of for fun and things like that. So I started doing professionally, and I think that was like the first solid company I worked for. And
so big break
from then,
Which year? That was which year?
That was 2020. I started 2021. Started working for that company in 2021.
So 2018, 2019, 2020.
2017.
4 years. 4 years university.
So that was why I said, if it's possible, get somebody that can help you like make those decisions.
Yeah, I think that was mine was so fast.
Useless decision 2017 to 2020 to 2021, because that they were not useful. They did not help me. If I had somebody to like guide me and to tell me like, learn this, don't do this, don't do that, it would have made a lot of sense.
So we have spent like an hour plus already just talking about our own story.
You don't see us now.
We have like just a few minutes left, so I think this will make sense. I think just like share your story regarding how you started. So you have listened to Nigerian version of how the booster careers, right? How the career started. So Ian started by 2020. My university starts up to now. Started by 2020. No, 2021, 2020. I'm still trying to start.
2022.
2022, 2021. Hopefully 2025. Then just like share your story, and also like just give an overview of give an advice to every newbie starting out right now. What's the best for them to like get started in their career? Also, best way to like apply for jobs if they're not getting job. What are things they could be doing? Why before the
that's very important.
So just like just run through that.
I mean, I'll just quickly share my story. I don't want to be proud, but also because I've talked about my story.
Give us.
Yeah. So I won't spend so much time. But I mean, listening to you guys, your stories are very inspiring, and I now felt like, oh my God, I don't have that kind of story.
No, see, that's the thing. No,
but then that goes to show that different people, different journeys, different experiences. Because for me now, I think by the time I studied computer science in school as well. University of Nairobi.
Computer science.
I didn't get a first class, but I got a second class upper. Just few points.
A small commode. A small commode.
Yes. And then, so what really helped me when I look back is the fact that right from when I joined school, I got into communities, right?
Wow.
You know, so like there was an event, someone told me about the event, and I started attending this event. I got to know about the Google developer community.
Wow.
I helped here and there because I didn't understand what they're talking about. I mean, now I know because they're talking about Git, you know, those commands that, you know.
I still fight with Git every day, so
You get,
we don't understand
so,
finish.
so I was just helping out. Fast forward, I led the community. I learned that, oh, this is a Google kind of thing. There's a community. You know, initially I used to think that just Google is just the, you know.
No matter for everybody.
I never knew
So
that
like
it's like
some
some
people around behind it.
I didn't know that there's a company with people, they do this and that. But then, so I applied. I was still worried because I'm still like, I think in my second year, I got in. So now I was helping people. Like I'm building a community. All of us, let's learn this tech thing together. But I think more than just being technical savvy, I think the most important thing was just that passion of bringing people together and learning together. So I didn't let the fact that I didn't know something hold me back from saying, oh, I'll not apply for this opportunity. The previous leads encouraged me that, oh, apply, you know, you're gonna get in, right? So I got in, and I also now use that as an opportunity to learn because will I be leading some people into something that I'm also not learning? So that also helped me step up. And then with that, I also got to know about GDG, you understand? So by the time I finished my GDSC program, I joined GDG. So for me, I always had that community. So I mean, different people before they didn't know about communities, but then I got in at a time where communities were being talked about. So I had someone that just told me, oh, attend this, and that's when I realized that, oh, there's so much happening beyond the university walls, you know, apart from what they are teaching us and things like that. So out there, people are learning different things. So I now started, I started doing free code camp.
Oh, wow.
Yes, I did the certifications. I even finished JavaScript. When you guys were saying you're struggling with JavaScript, I'm like, JavaScript was my favorite.
So I discovered free code camp. So.
I liked it. JavaScript can be somehow. I think the thing that was stressful for me were promises in JavaScript. I don't know, async await. So those are but I still don't get why people. But yeah,
Tabi, can you stop?
Story for another. Maybe because I didn't. So what I learned earlier was that just don't do so many things. Find one thing. Yeah. So for me, I because free code camp was structured. You finish HTML, CSS, then you go to JavaScript. So that's the only thing I knew. You know, so like my mind was still fresh and I was just learning it, and that's what I spent most of my. And then COVID happened, so the entire COVID period I was just busy.
COVID. Wow.
Yeah. I finished school in 2021. I'm very young, so yeah. So that's pretty much by the time I finished school. And so in the process, like during my university days, I would also volunteer a lot, like BAMI. So that helped like building, you know, you're just seeing things in a different lens. You're connecting with people that are doing amazing stuff. And one thing that I've seen from all of us is the fact that we got exposed to people through going to events. You see people doing stuff and you're like, oh, this person is doing this. I can do this. You get? So there was a lot of, oh, this was okay. You just need to know like, oh, what exactly works for me. So while we're doing that Google developer stuff, that's when, we had people like Awal, the program manager, and people like Alela, people like Anyedi, right? So like, oh, so this guy is being paid to just do this thing, you know, like bring people together or travel around the world. And I'm like, I like speaking. I like speaking. How can I make this? How can I make this into a career? You get? And then and I started hearing people talk about there's something called DevRel. This is what these guys do. So it's very possible. I don't exactly just have to be a software engineer because I'm doing computer science degree. You understand that? Just figure out what your strength is. So while I was volunteering, I figured out, my strength is in people, right? And I'm like, you can make out a career out of it. Just like Jamie said, I'm not just coding for fun. You can actually set out a career out of it, you know. So that's how I was like, okay, we'll figure it out. I know that it's going to catch up with me. So my assumption was that maybe in 5 years, that's maybe after I've struggled with coding. That's when I will start to, maybe doing DevRel stuff and things like that. But then, interestingly, sometimes when you accept certain opportunities, they open you up to other opportunities, right?
Yeah.
So I remember back then when Talent Cure started, I needed to do an internship, and luckily Adewale was in town with Sultan. They saw me doing things here and there, so Adewale was just asking me questions. Before I know it, he asked me, "Oh, Fini, you could join our team. You look like
Active.
you
Active
You
like
know,
Tabitha.
you know what you want to do. You get, and I mean, they had heard about me now because of the fact that I was volunteering here and there. So there's also the part of me that my work, I don't know which work, but my work was
Your
out
work
there.
was speaking for yourself.
You
for
get
you.
so like, oh, she's active in communities and things like that. And I remember even Sultan was the one saying this. Oh, Tabi is very active in the Kenyan communities here, even in Nigeria, blah blah blah. And so I joined Talent Cure as an intern because I needed it to graduate. We do internship for 3 months before you graduate. And I accepted. At first I was scared, imposter syndrome. I was like, I've never worked before. This guy it's not even a Kenyan company. These guys are from Nigeria.
Yeah.
They want me what do you want me to do? I don't know. I was so scared though. Because it was I wanted to join the team, and I was like, I just told him, I was very honest. I just told him, because I need to graduate, I need to do internship. So maybe let me just start with internship, let me just get that experience so that I don't feel like people have so much expectations of me and I don't deliver on them. Do you understand? So I started as an intern. I was just doing different things here and there. And as we're growing, that's when Alt School came in. And now they're looking for a community manager, right? And I just looked within, like, oh, we see Tabby, because even my manager was like, oh, Tabby is very passionate about communities. She will see that I went for an event on Saturday. I'm just doing different things here and there. I'm just all about developer stuff. Do you understand? So they asked, oh, do you want to take the opportunity? I'm like, I didn't think this community thing I'm going to do it like professionally. Do you understand? So again, there's the imposter syndrome also came in again. And I was like, can I really do it? But I just told myself, you know what? You got here, right? So you figure it out. I mean, at least you have that volunteer experience. Maybe it may not be the same, but now you will learn. Do you understand? So don't be afraid of taking the opportunity because you feel like, oh no, I cannot do it. So now focus on that thing that you're afraid of, that thing that you're thinking that, oh, I can't do this because I don't have the skill. Go and get the skill, so learn. So I started following community managers, and the best thing that happened to my career is the fact that we have community managers in Nigeria. Do you understand? So seeing that there are other people doing what I want to do professionally really helped me a lot. Like, I could connect with Bami. I'm like, oh, okay, she's doing this thing. Okay, let me learn. I remember there's a time Bami and I were just talking, about this community stuff, when she was applied to Tunga, I believe, right? So it also helped, like, okay, knowing that, there are other people doing similar things, like you could learn from them. You could either talk to them or just follow what they're doing. So at some point I got overwhelmed because I'm like, oh my God, there's so much to learn. And I was pressuring. I kept bookmarking every community post I'm seeing. Do you understand? I haven't gone back to look at them. If I see articles, I'm like, oh, let me save this. I have my own personal chat, so I send links to myself, even though I don't go back to read them, but
you just did it.
But
I do it too.
Yeah.
And I just told myself, you know what, take it easy. You don't have to learn everything at once. All these things that you're reading now, you'll figure them out, So I invested a lot in reading. I don't enjoy reading, by the way. You can tell I'm someone that likes to talk. Do you get?
I'm just knowing for the first time.
Do you get?
Like to talk.
So I had to now buy.
can't tell.
I had community managers read books. So I started buying because I'm trying to look for that knowledge. I want to know what are professionals in my field doing. Do you get? Because I need to get this thing right because people already know that I'm doing well. I can't. Do you get?
So you don't end up like a tech influencer.
Do you understand? So I just did a lot of that. I think almost every year I'm just looking for what other skill am I going to learn. I bought
and
books,
just
and things like that. Thank you to Anifa for giving me books.
Yeah, there was a time like she was
books.
giving out community books and stuff.
Yes. So that's what really actually helped me. And now, borrowing from what everyone has said, right? I think all our stories, in a way, have given advice to someone on what you need to do. Because number one, you need to know what exactly your interests are.
Yeah.
Because for me, I didn't just do software engineering. because
Yeah.
I did computer science. Do you understand?
Exactly.
I figured that my interests are in people. Like I find joy when I'm just moving around and bringing people together, going to events and things like that. And I figured, in tech there's something called community management, so you can figure
Just
out
figure
your
out,
path
yeah.
in
Your
it. Do you
path.
understand? He was coding for fun, but when he now saw the money, he's like,
Not coding for money.
He wasn't coding for money, but
It's a support-driven
but it
development.
helped him.
I don't code for money. It's just support.
Did you get? But it helped him get a job. You are writing. Do
Yeah.
you understand? And you found there's tech. So there are different things. Just whatever it is you're interested in, just do your research and find
Yeah,
out. Okay,
figure out.
what is it? What area or what field can I plug in my skills?
yeah.
Do you understand? And then now there's the aspect of learning. You have to learn. Do you understand?
Learning never
There's
stops,
no-
actually.
And I like the fact that Jemin said finding guidance. Sometimes I think people get it wrong at the beginning because there's always a conversation around mentorship and,
Yeah,
and
your
things like that.
mentorship time.
But sometimes guidance doesn't have to mean Bami holding my hand and telling me, but even maybe people writing, if
Yeah.
say he writes an article about his journey and how, if someone
just-
came in, do you understand? So that's guidance on people knowing, what do I really need to do or how do I even get into tech? And it's even a part of the reason why we are doing what we are doing at Alt School Africa, because we just wanted to start your career in tech. The different skills you could learn will help you do the research and things like that, and then come and learn. We are providing that structure because, like you said, when you're starting out on your own, it's easy to
It's overwhelming. It's a lot.
noising. Come and do JavaScript. As you're doing
Learn
JavaScript,
this,
you want to
learn
do
that.
React.
Seriously.
Yeah,
Sometimes
exactly.
you even go and start Vue.js before you even do JavaScript.
Yeah,
Do you
start doing
understand?
This
Angular.
framework.
And it's even worse this year, this 2025, because as at that time where we were starting 2020, there's still a little
There's
bit
just
said
tech.
about Web3 or AI. Now you hear a
Now
lot of
there's
things about AI. There is Web3.
You don't know where
there
to
is-
enter.
There's cloud native. There's cloud computing. There is everything.
There's money here. There's money there.
Yeah.
People just
Every
like,
year you hear tech jobs to do in
25.
2025.
That girl is doing 2024. One article or another
thread.
article. See,
A thread.
please.
Seriously.
Please. I think see, if we continue going to this conversation, this will break into so many things, right? Sure, so many, those that are writing articles. I slept and I woke up and I saw that sleeping taught me 5 ways for you to build a career in tech that you should know.
Oh,
There's a lot.
my
So,
God.
Catch yourself, bro. Follow yourself.
Just-
Some of
but yeah,
Pick it up.
everybody doing R2 guys this period. But yeah, I
Seriously.
think one thing so many things, I got so many things from this episode, which I think may be able to help me start
Your career.
my own career now.
Yeah.
Just understanding your background. You necessarily not have to start learning JavaScript and the rest. You can be in a particular industry and just find a way to see how tech would enable that industry and just plug that in. You have to do a lot of research for you to understand which
Yes,
parts
so
you want to
very
go
important.
into. That is one. Get guidance. Again, guidance and mentorship is not about you meeting someone and say, "I Tabi, be my mentor." Doesn't really be.
you have to be ready to make the
Yeah.
the efforts.
You have to be. The articles could be like mentorship for you. The tweet they make should be like mentorship for you. I think I got. Then again, don't take away networking from why being in a career. Be
Yeah,
like
so-
Bami
Networking is
that bomb
very
someone on the
important.
spot as you get the update. You reach out right there.
Oh, you
So
mean
again,
you mean something? Like I mean, that's our own opinion. But if it's possible, get structured learning.
get structured
to save
learning.
you on
Yes,
time.
that thing
It
does
save
it.
you a
And
lot
it also
of
helps
time.
you the foundation at least
Yeah.
before you start
To
exploring
understand,
other
yeah.
things.
Awesome,
Yes.
awesome. Yeah, so get structured learning. So the biggest thing is even as you're starting that career, get structured, not jump from A to
To
D,
B.
C to Z. Get structured learning.
Structured
Thank you very much for
learning.
watching this
Don't waste
episode. But before we sign out, you have to follow our host and our amazing guest, and also us. So,
Yeah.
what's your social media handle?
Social media.
Social media.
What's your social media
Are
handle?
you on social media?
So if you're looking for me, you can find me everywhere as Code Jagaban. I'm not actually a Jagaban.
Jagaban.
The name was just
Jagaban.
available, so I took it. But I think I can build anything like a Jagaban. So
Oh, come on now. Come on now. Okay. Love that. All right. You can find me anywhere at I am Bami.
I am Bami. Find you anywhere. I am Bami. God when.
Can I find you in Nairobi as I am Bami?
Yes.
Yes.
Can she find you in Nairobi as I am Bami?
You can, oh. You can just pay for my ticket.
Specify, oh,
Global
yeah.
speaker, no be for mouth.
Now we talk your choice. You can find her.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So social media handle.
My name, Tabitha Kavyu. When you search, I don't think many people have my second name, Kavyu. So
Kavyu.
Yes.
Sounds like
I want to
one
repeat it,
movie
but
I
you know,
would.
Kavyu.
I can't.
Oh no,
remember.
Kavyu is a knife actually.
Your name is so calming.
You say what?
Knife.
Jesus.
Mean knife?
Yes, it means knife. Kavyu means knife.
Fine name, so it means knife.
Is it that funny?
Knife.
What is with your face?
You know, like knife,
Let's-
like sharp. You know, something sharp.
That's why
you
she's
get
sharp.
it. Sharp.
That's why you're sharp.
That's why
Maybe I
you're
can also
sharp.
cut people. You know, don't mess.
You,
Oh, okay.
I'm just saying.
All right.
Okay.
you
On that
can,
note,
you
we
can
are-
see
we are
and
done.
follow me on
We are done.
Timothy underscore OVIE, and also follow us on Nothing Podcast at Nothing underscore
Yes.
Africa.
Africa, everywhere. Nothing
Everywhere,
Africa.
and see you on our next episode.